Yeah, what can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jim?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners, I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through, rose go to my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, get respect, mama out of debt. Got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. She don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the sad, bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You win them in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy.
Yay. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? What's goody? Hope everybody's doing it right tonight. Welcome to the Alphabets Football Show. I'm your host, Marcus the Alphabets. We take you on about a 2-hour-long journey, probably not that long tonight, to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world, which is football. But first things first, I'd like to introduce my lovely co-host.
Give me a second. I'm frozen and I can't do nothing.
I hear you.
Yeah, but I can't see nothing. I'm where I was sharing it on Facebook, so I am like blinded.
I'm looking at the show right now.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm frozen. My computer's froze.
Oh.
I'm almost there, I think. I'm just trying to close some stuff down.
So, you there, Mona?
Yep, I'm here now.
All right.
Hey, guys, what's up?
There she goes. And of course, y'all can't see her face, but you can hear that heavy Southern drawl. So,
Hold on. Hey.
There she goes. There. Look at you. See, y'all didn't see, y'all ain't seen her in a minute. There she goes. There, Bona, kind of stand up a little bit there. Show them a little something.
My Cherry Bradshaw shirt that you bought me.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. You know, I like to pick certain stuff. You know, for certain reasons. They're kind of selfish. But anyway, and then I told y'all this is our season finale tonight. I got a couple of people up on here. I'm bringing somebody on because he you know you get to brag a little bit. What they say, to the victor goes the spoils. I got the Alphabets Football Show Pick'ems League winner up in the house tonight, Gary Dye, Eagles fan. Fly Eagles, fly Eagles, fly. What's up, Gary? What's up with you, man?
How's it going, everybody? Yes, my winning jersey. I can't really see it because of my background thing, but you know,
Okay.
go Birds.
Put it up to your chest with your face, and then you might.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know how hard that was for me to go and buy that jersey every year. That's the one he won from our league. And I mean, it's cool.
It's got the Super Bowl patch on it too.
So believe me when I say, when I saw that I won the Pick'em League,
No.
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, I'm making him buy me an Eagles jersey.
Making a Cowboys fan buy him an Eagles jersey.
Yeah, that was kind of tough, you know. The things I do for this show, man. It's the sacrifices I make. But congratulations. And then I got my guy that really need no introduction over there, man. My guy from the womb to the tomb. I got him over there. He had to come through. He's like, Marcus, you know I got to come through.
Yeah, your guy's my guy because I've known him longer.
Okay, that's fair. I'll buy that for $1. Andre the Taurus, the fire starter. Andre Robinson's up in the house, man. What's going on with you, man? I think your mic is off, man. What's going on, man?
Oh, I know. I wanted to keep it off because there was a couple choice words that I wanted to say right off the jump, but I'll preface it them and say thank you. It's all love to be on the show. Number one, first and foremost. So I appreciate that. Definitely. Ramona, yes, you've known me longer than Marcus. But you guys are both are in my heart.
We're all family. We're all family.
You guys are in my heart, period. And then Gary Dye, I'm sorry to say, but die Eagles die, sir. As much as shout out to them. And Mona, keep your titties. Hold on, and Mona, keep your titties off the broadcast. By the way, we saw those. We're gonna pretend like we didn't see those percolating in that Terry Bradshaw shirt, but nevertheless, all right. That's all I'm gonna say. On that.
Let me say Rocky Flyer. Let me say Rocky Flyer and get that out of the way. You know,
Rocky Flyer and all that good stuff. And Marcus, you are very selfish. It's okay. You can be selfish.
That was not for me. I did this for her. I feel attacked right now. I did that for her because Terry Bradshaw is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, and I wanted to share that with everybody.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Yeah, we believe that.
The yellow strings, they're very subtle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know we had y'all know we had the Super Bowl last night. This is our season finale. Then we usually do our little our hiatus, and then we start getting ready for the combine, for the combine, and for the draft. The draft's in 2 months, folks. The combine's next month, and the draft's in April, usually on my birthday weekend. So, you know, it's a cycle, you know. Super Bowl.
I did post the StreamYard link. I posted the StreamYard link because we had talked about it. This was going to be an open mic. If y'all want to join the show, whatever. So
if you want to join us, all that I ask is if you're going to be on the show, you know, you got screaming kids in the background. We are recording a show. Screaming kids, screaming animals. All that I ask is that you go somewhere quiet where you can actually do the show because we're recording this. That's all that I ask. But everybody's welcome. We're gonna sit up here and have some discussion.
Marcus, you want me to just use my phone? They can use it as a call line if you want.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I can post a call line if you want me to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Look, we can have a call line. You can join. Everybody's not really camera. You know, they don't like to be on camera. They're not as shy as me and Mona are. So, you know, if you want to call in and you got some comments or whatever, we'll go. You know, we're gonna go here and go through these slides real quick. There's not a lot. You know, it's just one game. There is a little bit of news. We'll do the slide here in a little bit, but I want to really focus on the Super Bowl. What we saw last night was historic. I think it was historic. I think we'll look back at this Super Bowl 10, 15 years down the road, and I think this will be a very consequential Super Bowl because what we saw in there, and I think the Super Bowl also may change our opinion of some players that we may not have thought much of. A guy like Jalen Hurts, where do we rank him at now? Patrick Mahomes, you know, we got to maybe put a little a pause on that GOAT quarterback, you know, comparison that we're making, but we'll talk about that. So let's get this party started. Super Bowl 59, we're going to break it down for you. I did a little coffee talk this morning, but I wanted to kind of see what y'all thought about it. You know, coffee talk is kind of a monologue where I'm just talking. I want to hear what my co-host has to say and everybody who watches the show. So let's get this party started. Let's do this. So you see the score there. And if you didn't watch the game, you probably
not match what we saw.
You look at this score here. Oh, that's not too bad. You know, that ain't bad. I mean, 18 points, that's not that bad. This score is not indicative of if you go back and watch the game, and I'm sure that, you know, of course they're going to do the replay. This score was not indicative of what we saw. This was take them out to the woodshed. Some of y'all, I know some of y'all are you know, big city folk, out to the woodshed. Go get me a switch or a branch and come on back here. I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to tan your hide. And that's exactly what they did. I know some people didn't like it. Well, if you're on the losing side, it probably wasn't very enjoyable.
I want to ask who on the panel was ever told, go get me a switch, and you better bring me a good one, because I can tell you right now, if I have to go get it,
you ain't gonna like that.
Work. And I always went and I got a branch, a big one.
Yeah, I
got a big old branch.
You want them?
Because I tell you, those little BSB ones hurt like hell.
The green ones, the one that was like a young branch that was kind of light green that was flexible. That's the one that you didn't want. You'd rather get the hard old branch, hard old stick and get with that. My grandma did. My parents never did that to me. But I want to know, and Gary, I guess I'll let you go here first. This is your team. You know, looking at the score here, your thoughts on the game. What stood out to you as far as that? I want to know what what did you think about what did you what you saw? What was your opinion on that?
So, I ain't gonna lie, when the game came up, I was nervous because I was like, we've lost to these guys once. This is a really good team that we're going up against. Yeah, we're a really good team. And
turn your mic off. Mona, turn your mic off because you got an echo over there. Go ahead, Gary.
My first impression was it's going to be a bloodbath, and it did not turn out that way. Like it started off about how the Eagles, you think would start out.
Yeah,
they're getting an echo.
I don't have nothing on. Oh, well, let me mute myself.
And then we got the first score. And then, I watched that defense work its magic, and we did to them kind of like what I thought we should do. We had that ball control. I mean, the Eagles offense is definitely ball hogs. They like having the ball. And most importantly, we kept the defense off the field as much as possible, so that way they weren't constantly, out there having to battle for the offense. Just like I said earlier to y'all, back in 2022, we did not hit that quarterback maybe once. After that, we it was just an uphill battle in 2022. And now here in 2025, we're hitting this quarterback, and we're not even having to blitz. I mean, our edge rushers were just that entire front line, the gridiron gang there in the front, just ate that offensive line like it was lunch. I did not expect it to go the way it did, especially going, 24-0 into the half, and Kansas City only having a total of 23 yards. I was just like, did they? To me, it almost kind of felt like they just didn't even show up to play it. Regardless, I'm happy. It was a game. It was a good game. The Eagles definitely overperformed. They stayed focused all the way up to the end, and never let up. Even when it was late in the third quarter, still scoring points, just not letting up, even in the slightest. So definitely proud to be an Eagles fan. I'm proud of my team. Go Birds.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Torch, I see you back there, man. Torch, you watched the game. Torch, what your thoughts on the game? Torch, things that may have stood out. Things that may have stood out for you. What you saw there. Something that caught your attention. What did you think about your game overall in the game?
Marcus, first and foremost, I want you to refer me as the fire starter because that's what I'm gonna be tonight. This is the last show of the year, so I'm gonna have to be that guy tonight, the fire starter guy, not the torch. The torch is usually more subtle, chill, laid back. Tonight will not be one of those laid back nights whatsoever. So if you watching, gear up, get ready. Number two, secondly, we have executive talk. You know that. I could call you any time of day and night. You can call me any time of day and night, work or not work. I don't give a damn. And we talk sports. Marcus the Alphabet. I don't know if he let his audience know or the audience in general know what my thoughts of this game was going to be beforehand. So I'll let them know. I told Marcus that this game would go one of two ways. Either the Chiefs was going to win by the way they've been winning, which is that one score shenanigans that they've been pulling for almost 20 weeks now, damn near in a row, or the Eagles was going to flat out blow them out. And sure enough, the Eagles did exactly what I said they were going to do, which was beat the stuffing off that English muffin that we call the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, with that being said, I'm going to make fire starter statement number one. A lot of people ain't going to like this comment, but you ever watched a rap battle when he said, "That's how you talk to your son"? Well, Eagles fans just showed Buffalo Bills folks how you beat the champs. If you want to beat the champs, that's how you beat the champs. That's how you talk to your son. They just showed the Buffalo Bills how to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They went in there and dog walked them 34-0. No complaining about no refs, no this, that, and the third. No, we shouldn't have been there. We were circling the wagons. Oh my God, why are we still in this predicament as usual? The same predicament we're always in. Dude, I don't hear none of that. I'm sorry. Those excuses are washed up. and should have been sent to shore a long time ago. The Eagles showed you what it was. They put belt to ass, boots to ass, hands to ass, switches to ass. I mean, there's so many different ways to put ass in a sentence when it comes down to the Kansas City Chiefs. And I don't even think you can spell Kansas City Chiefs, the whole entire football team, without spelling ass. I don't even think you could get Kansas without spelling ass. So shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for spanking that ass last night. And they deserve it. By the way, Saquon Barkley gets the last laugh of it all, by the way.
Okay.
Down about it.
I'm going to
real quick. Hang on, real quick. I see Melissa's. I want to focus on the Super Bowl, but real quick, how did we get the vibe between the Eagles and the Steelers?
That's what I want to address real quick. Now I'll make it real simple for you. I dated an Eagles fan after my divorce to a Cowboy fan. Got pregnant with Gary while I lived in Texas. He was born in Bedford, Texas. I was born in Bedford, Ohio. Got divorced from the Dallas Cowboy fan. Dated an Eagles fan. And I dropped him on his head when he was born, too. So, there you go.
There it is.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Dalton D-Man Smith, I see you in the house. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I see you there. I wanted to acknowledge you. I'm going to let my co-host go real quick, and then I'm going to jump over to you. I want to give everybody a chance to talk here. Mona, thoughts on the game? Go ahead.
Well, you know what? I picked the Chiefs to win this game. I said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And the Eagles did exactly what I said. I said on Friday night's show what the Eagles had to do. They had to control the clock and the scoreboard. First and foremost, that was my first statement. You can go back and watch the show from Friday. I said Fangio had to have the right defensive game plan. He did so because I think if they blitzed, that actually would have helped the Chiefs' offensive line. Them not blitzing, and somebody just posted something. That they said 6 teams in Super Bowls have not blitzed, and all 6 of those teams won the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So, Eagles being one of those. I felt like this was kind of a revenge Super Bowl from 2 years ago. But I also said that the Eagles could not let off the gas. They had to just keep scoring points because you never know. Because you know how Patrick Mahomes is usually. But Patrick Mahomes had one of the worst games, period, that I've ever seen. But I think you got to give credit to that defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles who were having him for lunch. We saw something similar to this about 5 years ago with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks, and they beat them 31-9 in a Super Bowl because, well, we knew that the offensive line for the Chiefs then wasn't that great. This shows me that the offensive line wasn't doing their job, but Patrick Mahomes, to me, is the reason why they lost this game. His throwing was horrible. His passing was absolutely atrocious, except for the one deep pass to Worthy into the end zone, which was one of the most phenomenal. It reminded me of the pass from Hurts to who was the receiver?
Slim Reaper.
All the way into the end zone. It reminded me of that pass. But although I thought the one that Patrick Mahomes to Worthy, considering we know Worthy's not that big of a dude, I kind of felt like that one was a little more impressive. But I also kind of felt that they didn't do enough of that. And I kind of felt that they went away from the run too fast because I don't think they ran any in the first quarter, did they? Did they try?
Well, the thing was they got down so fast. They got down. It was 10-7-0, 10-0, 17-0. Then it's 24-0 at half, and it's like
He looked uncomfortable to me from the beginning of the game. He had happy feet. Of course, when you got Carter and who was the other dude coming in at him all the time, you kind of have to have happy feet.
Yeah, Sweat, Josh Sweat.
He just looked nervous. He did not look as focused as I would have thought we would have seen him. But, when you realize that your offensive line can't keep the defensive line off of you, then you're going to be a little nervous in the service. So that's how I saw it. I thought it was a great game. I think that what we saw is what we're going to see in the future. I think that the Philadelphia Eagles, if they get Myles Garrett next year on that game, I'm sorry, Marcus, or if the Commanders get Myles Garrett, this is going to get ugly. This team, look how young that defense is. They're not paying nobody on defense, really. I mean, not really. And the only people they're really paying is Barkley and Hurts.
AJ Brown and Smith, they both got paid.
Smith and Brown.
Yeah.
So you got 4 players that you're paying. They can afford to pay Myles Garrett on defense. And we know Jalen Hurts knows that you sometimes have to restructure just to keep good players on the team. And could you imagine, holy crap, having a Saquon Barkley type player on the defensive side of the ball and Myles Garrett? Holy crap. I don't think the Eagles are done. I don't think the Eagles are done. They got a young team and they're gonna get better. And no, I'm sorry. I like Jalen Hurts, but I don't think he is Josh Allen. I have Josh second, third in my top 5. I had Jalen Hurts 6th. I might could move him up above Dak Prescott just because of the way Prescott's played since he broke his ankle. When Dak has not been the same player since he broke his ankle. He's not been the same. I don't know what Dak's going to do. I don't know what he's going to bring. He's the highest paid quarterback in the league right now. But they all better take a page from Patrick Mahomes, who is doing exactly what he should be doing as far as his contract, the way it's stretched out, the way he keeps, redoing his contract. Restructuring. And he's going to have to do some more restructuring to fix that offensive line. Just that simple. I did not feel that the Chiefs defense was playing that bad. They were exhausted by halftime because the offense wasn't moving the chains. And when your offense can't move the chains,
three and out.
Yep. So that's my take on the Super Bowl.
Okay. Dalton D-Man Smith's up in the house. What's up, man? Hey,
what's up?
You watched the Super Bowl, your thoughts on it, what stood out to you? Talk to me. What you got?
All right, well, I did pick the Eagles 40-12. Said that on Friday.
You did.
About the Eagles, like their defense, they were all over Patrick Mahomes, like Josh Sweat, Melton Williams. Brandon Graham had 1 tackle. Zach Bond had interception tackles. Cooper DeJean, shout out to him, finally got his first career interception, pick 6, and especially on his birthday. And they shut down Barkley. I know Jalen Hurts did his thing, running and passing. Devontae Adams, first wide receiver, scored a touchdown. From Alabama school. And Chiefs defense, they were exhausted. I feel like their secondary, they're missing Snead in my opinion though. And Chris Jones, he was out. I don't know. Hope he didn't have no ACL injury. I don't know what's the deal. But like Vic Fangio, shout out to him. He finally beat the Chiefs, Mahomes in the Chiefs, though. It was the first time ever. And it was revenge for the Eagles because last time, 0 sacks, they lost to the Chiefs and they finally got redemption. So shout out to the Eagles and Vic Fangio, Hurts. And no disrespect to Jalen Hurts. I didn't have no problem with him, Super Bowl MVP. For me, I think Melton Williams or Josh Sweat should have got the Super Bowl MVP. That's just me.
Real quick, dog, with Jalen Hurts, winning a Super Bowl, And we got to also throw in there Super Bowl MVP, whether we agree or not. Where does he fall in at? Where did you originally have Hurts at as far as the quarterback ranking? Where you right here, I see you. Where do you have Hurts at as far as quarterbacks now? Top 3, top 4, top 5, top 10? Where do you have them at now?
I would say like top 3 or top 5, somewhere like that.
Top 3, top 5. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we have to take that into consideration. We just had the Hall of Fame inductees, the people who's going to go in, the nominees on this next year, and Eli Manning didn't make it, and he has 2 Super Bowl MVPs. So we have to, Super Bowl MVP is a pretty big thing, and Phillip Rivers gets in before he does. We got to kind of take that into consideration. So, my thoughts real quick. Like I told y'all on Coffee Talk this morning, you're not gonna get a close decision against the champ. You have to go in there and bloody the champ and beat the snot out of him. You can't go in there with intimidation factor. I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. I used to see Mike Tyson intimidate people before the fight even started. He fought Evander Holyfield. I'm not scared of you. When you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. And I think a lot of times the Chiefs, they kind of intimidate teams and they kind of, we're scared to make a mistake. The Chiefs were like, we feel like we're better than you and we're going to beat you up. And that's what they did. I just thought it was a thorough woodshed, out in the woods, take them out to the woodshed and tear them up. So very impressive performance, dominating performance. And I think, like I said, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, I think people are going to look back at this Super Bowl and it's going to be up there on.
I need to make a little correction here too. Both Fitzgerald and Eli Rivers are first time eligible next year for the class of 2026.
Well, it's because they get nominated now. He
was one of the 15 modern day finalists of the class of 2025, but he's first time eligible 2026. He retired a year before Ben did. Ben's not eligible.
Who's this now?
Eli. But Fitzgerald and Rivers are first time eligible next year, the class of 2026. He retired a year before Big Ben.
And Drew Brees as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the Super Bowl when you go in. It's for the next year, right? Because like this is when they say the 2025 champs, but it's for the 2024 season. You understand what I'm saying?
So can I? So if you don't mind me interjecting, they do those a year in advance. It's already been set in stone that Eli will not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'll I'm gonna save it until you allow me to re-interject because there's some things I want to re-interject to. As far as Super Bowl, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing right off the jump, I love Ramona's thoughts. I loved what she said about the Super Bowl, about Kansas City. Number one, Kansas City did not run the football. That was, to me, the biggest disappointment. If you're a team that you've been inept from a majority of the season on offense, you're running the football against a team that is as explosive as the Philadelphia Eagles, number one. So that was big time disappointing not to see them run the ball with Pacheco more. Number two, secondly, it feels like as much as we give Spags so much credit because he's the guy who beat the Patriots twice, the defensive coordinator he was the coordinator with the Giants when they won against the Patriots. We give him so much credit and respect that it feels like Spags this time was very desperate. It feels like their game plan was to just stop Saquon Barkley. And they underestimated Jalen Hurts and everybody else. And Philly seems like they had the recipe already in gear. Like, yeah, we know they're gonna stop Saquon. We're gonna do everything else. Like they ran Saquon a few times just to see if he'll pop it. but that's not how Philly played majority of the year. What you've seen in the Super Bowl, that was an adjustment.
They actually ran Barkley 25 times.
Yeah, but Barkley, I'm talking about the way they run Barkley, not the carries. The way they ran Barkley in this game, usually you've seen more of Barkley pulling the pull runs where you're waiting for a tackle to come and make his block, or they're pulling a tackle, they're pulling a guard.
They played him as a possum. They played him as a possum. They ran him 25 times with no real thought of him running the ball, because they knew that the Chiefs defense was going to stop him. They used him as a possum, an opossum.
Yeah,
in my opinion, that's what they did.
Agreed. I agree. They didn't run Barkley the same way. They may have gave him the touches, but they didn't run him the same way they usually do. So I feel like Kansas City missed out totally on that, and they got outcoached. Spags got outcoached. He got outplayed. He seemed desperate. Number 2. Number 3, I'm going to bring this up because I have not heard not one media source bring this up yet. Marcus, you heard me bring up something earlier that not one media source has brought up. I'm not even going to bring that up. I'm going to bring this up. You didn't even hear this. This is a first for everybody that's watching. Would you now consider the NFC East the GOAT division in football? And the reason why I asked that question, I knew that one was going to catch. Yeah, I'm the fire starter today. Would you consider, and this is for everybody that's out there watching, would you consider the NFC East the GOAT division in football now?
Yes. I'll answer that real quick because I know where you're going with this. Every division has a clown team in the division, right? You look around, you look at, historically, they have a clown team in the division. AFC North, Browns, clown team. Buffalo Bills, historically, your only team in the AFC East without a championship. You're better now, but I'm saying historically, I'm not saying you're a clown team now, but I'm saying historically, NFC North, Detroit Lions, they're good now, but historically it's the Packers and all the other teams. So yes, every team in the NFC East is a multiple-time Super Bowl champion. Every team in the NFC East, Eagles got 2, Commanders got 3, Giants got 4, Cowboys got 5. Every team in the NFC East, not just one championship, multiple championships. Just wanted to put that out.
Not even just to me, it's not just the championships they won. It's who they've beaten that makes them the GOAT division to me. They've beaten Brady twice.
I'll give them GOAT division, but I also got to look at it this way. The Pittsburgh Steelers have beat the Cowboys 2 out of 3 times in the Super Bowl. Just got to say that.
Understandable. But they've also beat Patrick Mahomes. They've beaten Patrick Mahomes now too. So that's number 2. Number 3, you spoke on Jalen Hurts. It's time to be real, folks.
The Cowboys didn't.
Right.
We said the division, though. The division. Overall, every team. Look, the Bengals have never won a Super Bowl, and the Browns have never won a Super Bowl.
I know. I agree with you 100%. I give you the whole NFC. The NFC East season has been the best.
So I wanted to ask that question.
I just had to put Marcus in his spot over there.
Well, I'll just say that. I'll just say
2 out of 3.
I'll just say.
And look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I just want a quarterback. I want Justin Fields. I hope to hell we send Russell Wilson packing. I'll go pack his bags for him because I like him. I just don't want him because I just don't think he's as effective behind this new offensive line. I would love to see Justin Fields grow with this offensive line, and I would love for us to get a strong number 2/1.
We'll get to.
I know. I just got to get it back because I won't let everybody else talk about it and show. I just want a strong number 2/1, just so George Pickens straightens his asset or he goes the hell on. I don't think we're going to sign him for no big contract. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I just want a quarterback, and I'd like to give Justin Fields that shot. Okay, I'm done.
So
there's
And then,
that's
hold
everybody.
on, 'cause I had something else to mention. You guys
what you
mentioned
got?
Jalen Hurts. I have to mention this. Folks, it is time to get real. Jalen Hurts, talent-wise, nobody would say he's better than Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, any of those quarterbacks that you would have in the top 5. I'm sure nobody would think talent-wise he's better. But for the accomplishments that he has made, he is right under Patrick Mahomes in the league as number 2 right now. The guy has went to two Super Bowls. He has a Super Bowl MVP under his belt, and this is in 3 years. This is in 3 years, folks.
And I think that goes back to the Eli Manning. I think that goes back to the Eli Manning argument.
By the way, I told you, Marcus. Oh yeah, I'm a fire starter. I told you Eli Manning wasn't going to be no first ballot Hall of Famer.
I never said he was a first. I never look. You can go back and scream. I said he will get in. He will get in.
Oh yeah, but there were people that was screaming he would be a first ballot, and I'm like,
no, I never said that. It's the same comparison though. Look, Eli Manning beat Tom Brady twice. He's going to get into the Hall of Fame for that. But if you say, would you rather have Eli Manning or Tom Brady? No one would take Eli Manning over. I wouldn't take Eli Manning over Big Ben Roethlisberger. I wouldn't take him over Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't take him over Peyton Manning or Drew Brees or any of them quarterbacks from that era there. I'm not taking them. But when you look at his accomplishment and beating Tom Brady twice, who everybody considers the GOAT, you got to give him his props for that because he played very well in those games and he was a Super Bowl MVP.
And on top of that, that's a good comment Nico Shaw made. The NFC East also beat Jim Kelly 4 times too. Let's not forget.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say nothing about that. I wasn't going to say that. But yeah, we did.
Jalen Hurts should be a top 7 quarterback right now in the league, and everybody's on everybody's list. And he should be top 2 in accomplishments right now. There is no other quarterback that has accomplished more in 3 years than he has. So I got to give it to him. And we are right now. This is a right now world. If we're talking about right now world, Jalen Hurts is number 2. And last but not least,
there is one quarterback that's accomplished more than Jalen Hurts in 3 years, and that's Patrick Mahomes.
No. I said he's number 2.
You said 2.
I said he's number 2.
I still have Allen.
Number one will always, for the next 3-4 years, be Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl 5 times.
I don't know. The Eagles have shown the blueprint on how to beat Mahomes. So we got to see what the Kansas City Chiefs do with the ass whipping they took yesterday.
I'm reading this comment here. I'm reading this comment here, and look, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm a big Prescott fan. I have Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Jackson, Hurts, Prescott. I'm going to say something that's going to piss off some of my Cowboys fans. Ready?
Well, that was me. I'm the one that said this.
Okay.
I had Prescott before Hurts until after this Super Bowl, and then I switched it.
Okay. It's very possible, not yet. It's very possible going into next season that Dak Prescott's the 3rd best quarterback in the NFC East. It's very, very possible.
Yes, please tell the team, Marcus.
Jalen Daniels as a rookie. Jalen Daniels as a rookie was in the NFC Championship. Dak Prescott
here's the rub. Here's the difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Prescott got hurt. Missed, 8-10 games. Hurts. Jaden Daniels. No video on him. First season rookie. Kind of reminds me of the kid in Houston did. But
Respected.
now we got a whole season on him, and I think the Eagles paid attention, and that's how the Eagles beat them.
Okay, you said he reminded you of somebody. I guess you're talking about C.J. Stroud, but I got a better comparison for you, and this is why I said maybe. I said after this year, Dak Prescott might be the third best quarterback in the NFC East. Does anybody know who the offensive rookie of the year was in 2016? I do.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, he came out fireballs just like Jaden Daniels did, and he never went to the NFC Championship. And he got hurt this year. He ain't been hurt for 10 years. He's been the Cowboys quarterback for 10 years and ain't been beyond the divisional round of the playoffs.
But Marcus, Marcus, hold on. Before you even go there, there's another distributing factor that you need to take into account when it comes to Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
Let's be clear. The Washington Commanders have buku money to spend.
Yes.
I don't give a
and you know when Dak Prescott came into the league?
No, Marcus. I'm saying that to people who are comparing him to C.J. Stroud.
I'm not comparing him to C.J. Stroud. I am comparing the rookie seasons. Look what.
No, I totally get that.
Look what Daniels did. But
I just don't.
I think Jaden Daniels fits this style of now NFL football better than Stroud.
Yes, and I think Jaden Daniels has a better chance next year to have a better sophomore season because of how much money they have. They have tons of money. If they want to go get more receivers, they can go get more receivers. If they want to go get...
Imagine Higgins out there for him. Imagine Myles Garrett going to that defense. Holy
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. When that first year, and all of these quarterbacks, when they come out and they're on their rookie deal, like Prescott was, everybody thought, oh, my God, the Cowboys, and then Zeke, as a rookie, he's leading the league in rushing, and they got Dez Bryant and Jason Witten and all of these players, and you got to do it in that time because you're about to see, we got another quarterback coming up here. We've seen some quarterbacks now, they got paid, and then, stuff starts going away from them. Brock Purdy's coming up. We seen Joe Burrow with the Bengals. They got to make some decisions over there. You got to pay Chase. You got to pay Higgins. You got to pay Hendrickson. You gotta, while you're in this, on this rookie deal, and you play really good, it goes real quick, them 5 years, and you're like looking up. Let's also not forget, y'all brought up the Houston Texans, okay? They got two guys that they're going to have to pay the same year. Usually it's kind of staggered. Okay, you got to pay this guy this year. You got to pay this guy this year. C.J. Stroud was the number 2 pick, and Will Anderson Jr. was the number 3 pick. What are the 3 highest paid positions in the league? What are the 3 highest paid positions in the league?
Quarterback,
and
wide receiver,
and
receiver. Cornerback. I
just said I named the 4 highest. I think is quarterback and receiver and
linebacker.
And
number
edge.
2. Number 2 is edge.
Well, edge.
Number 2 is edge.
I mean,
number 2 is edge. It's quarterback.
It depends on how talented that linebacker
I'm talking elite.
I don't know that Cincinnati's got any edge going to make more than what Jamar Chase is.
No, I'm talking about the elite ones. Who's the highest paid edge? Who's the highest paid? You got quarterback, Dak Prescott, highest paid quarterback, right? Who's the highest paid edge? TJ Watt, Myles Garrett. Okay, that's like $38 million. Okay.
Robert Leader, don't forget the Water Boy. Wait a minute, Tom Brady's not playing anymore.
Wide receivers, we're talking about $35 million, and corners, the highest paid corner right now is like Patrick Surtain Jr. He's like $25 million. Quarterback edge. So we got to take that into consideration. What we got next? We've been on this slide the whole damn show. Let's go to the next slide. What we got here? We already been on for 50. So, congratulations to the Eagles. We talked about this a little bit. Congratulations to Jalen Hurts. Well deserved. Sometimes the MVP comes up and it's like, oh man, I don't know about it. Real quick, I'm just gonna ask you yes or no. Torch, you cool with Hurts winning the MVP? Yes, no.
Yes.
Gary?
Yeah, I'm cool with him winning it.
Dalton, you cool with that?
Oh, definitely. I'm cool with that.
Mona, you cool? No issues with that?
None whatsoever, because I said that
Okay.
I kind of felt that we didn't know what we were going to see with Barkley. Defensively, that it's hard to give the defensive line an MVP because you can only pick one player. So, yes, I think that with Barkley not getting the yards that he usually gets in games, I think that Jalen Hurts put the game on his back offensively and won this game. So I had no problems with Jalen Hurts getting the MVP. No.
Congratulations to the new MVP. We got to start looking at this.
Jalen Hurts. This game was
I think so too. I think so too. I think a lot of people kind of look down. We talked about this a little bit, and I don't know who put it in the comment section, but 6-0 for the teams in the Super Bowl that did not blitz. They did not blitz him one time. And I think this was kind of the secret sauce, being able to just rush the top, the 4 down linemen and drop 7. And they were in. And then also, I heard somebody say, well, Patrick Mahomes didn't play that great. They made him not play that great because they were I saw one play I think it was the pick 6, and one of the Eagles defenders pushed Joe Thuney right into Patrick Mahomes's right into his lap.
Right.
And
that was Josh
Mahomes kind of tripped over. He threw it. That was Josh. So he played really bad. He played bad because they made him play bad. When you're pushing
but even when he wasn't getting touched and he was throwing the ball, he was throwing bad passes. I want to address this real quick because I want to keep the people in text in this show.
Keep them engaged.
Dwayne, best recipe for Mahomes to beat Mahomes. The Chiefs O-line has been suspect all year. What makes you think Chiefs? Look, we saw this same thing when you guys played the Bucs and his offensive line was injured. Okay, we saw him running for his life. I think we did a show and we had all kinds of pictures of Mahomes running for his life, and you could just see the look of fear in his eyes as he's getting laid out. Look, we have no doubt that y'all will fix that O-line now that it's been exposed at the degree it was exposed in the Super Bowl. Let me keep it a buck. The offensive line in Pittsburgh has been bad for 5 years. Ben's last year, it was hideous because we lost Pouncey the year before, and Alejandro Villanueva, who had not been playing as veteran as he usually did the last 2 years he played with us, and we let him go. And we still have not been able to get our O-line fixed. So finding great offensive linemen to protect your quarterback is not as easy as you might think.
How easy has it been for the Cincinnati Bengals to go get offensive linemen? Getting offensive linemen, you're saying, I say this all the time. There's certain positions, Mona, we talk about this on the show a lot. Elite offensive linemen do not grow on trees. Elite edge rushers do not grow on trees. And here's the thing about it. Because you're picking at 31 now, how many elite offensive linemen do you think there are at pick 31 in the first round? See, that's the gift and the curse about being good. When you're good, you don't get premier picks. He might be he might not be good. Then you got to fill other holes too. Are you sure Travis Kelce's coming back next year? Are you sure that Chris Jones is coming back next year? So to say, well, you don't think we're going to go out and get an offensive lineman? Yes, that's easier said than done. You don't just how well did you replace Snead? Oh, we just lost Snead. You think we're not going to go out and go get a corner? How easy is it to go get an elite shutdown corner? That's the gift and the curse. And Moni, you brought up your Steelers a little bit. I agree with you, but when you start losing, when you lose, when you have a lot of success and then you start losing players, you look up and the next thing you know, this all-time great retires, and this all-time great retires, and you lose this guy to free agency. That's why it's so hard to win back-to-back, or why there's never been a 3P champion, because people start picking your players, picking your coaching staff. Now, I don't think Andy Reid's going anywhere. I don't think Spags is going anywhere. But you already lost a guy like Eric Bieniemy. You already lost a guy. You lost Tyreek Hill, right? You always probably thought you were going to have Tyreek Hill. And when you have all-world players, guess what? Now you got to start paying them. And a lot of the guys on your team were on one-year deals. You brought these guys in, Kareem Hunt, I don't know if he comes back next year. Hollywood Brown was on a one-year deal. Juju Smith-Schuster was on a one-year deal. DeAndre Hopkins was on a one-year deal. You see what I'm saying? So not only do you have to try to replace, find some elite offensive linemen, now you got to fill other holes. How long is Rashee Rice going to be suspended for next year? Because that's still coming. So somebody like Hollywood Brown, I just wanted to, get signed somewhere. There might be somebody out there that wants to give him a bigger contract, Chris Jones might retire. Travis Kelce might retire. So it's just to say, well, we're going to go out and go find offensive linemen. You play with Jawan Taylor all year long. Right tackle, that is a huge need. That's a huge need. Trey Smith, I think he's a free agent. They're going to have to get offensive linemen for Mahomes unless they want him to. And they're trying. Mona, how you said, you spent 3 first-round picks on offensive linemen, Broderick Jones and, Fashanu. The Chargers, they've spent 3 first-round picks on their offensive line. Rashawn Slater, Zion Johnson, and Joe Alt. How great is that? How good is that Chargers offensive line? So just because you go out and go draft these guys, that doesn't mean it's not written in the start that these guys are going to be good. So we'll see. I understand you're saying, well, we'll go get them, but it's not elite. If a guy's an elite talent, offensive lineman, most teams are going to try to keep them on the team. They're not going to let them walk. So we'll see what happens as far as that.
That's one thing I could say, because I'm eternally grateful is when it comes down to it, that Eagles offensive line is disgusting. I mean, when you've got them out there talking trash, I wondered what would break first, your spirit or your body.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah,
those guys are a close-knit group. They are a unit. They work well together. They know what needs to be done. They get it done. And there are people out there, I've got friends at work who are just like, I really don't want to play your Eagles because my defense is going to get torn apart by that offensive line. And, and a lot of times that's what happens. They just, they eat the offensive or the defensive line because, they.
Let me ask you something real quick, Gary. Gary, let me ask you something real quick. Is Jason Kelce, not Travis, is Jason Kelce a first ballot Hall of Famer? The center who just retired. Travis Kelce.
The center just retired?
Yes. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I would say yeah.
I would say yes. And you replaced him. And you replaced him the very next year. That's what I'm talking about there. They didn't lose. I don't want to say that they were better without Jason Kelce, but I didn't notice any fall off from the center, and your center is probably one of your most important offensive linemen because he's the one that's making the calls. He's sitting over there, hey, man, this guy, he's coming. Hey, dude, they're going to run a stunt over here. And I didn't notice any fall off from, and I don't even know what his name is. And he was a redhead kid. And I was just like, this guy, he's playing really good. And he's lined up over Chris Jones. And Chris Jones was a non-factor in this game. I know he was a little banged up. I didn't notice Amenahu. I didn't notice Karlaftis. I didn't notice any of them. And they got a guy not playing, not Travis, not Jason Kelce out there playing. And I didn't notice any drop off. So it's gonna be pretty crazy. Anyway, anybody else have thoughts on that?
I had a couple comments.
Go ahead.
Comment number one. I know we left the Jalen Hurts thing to we left it quick, but I had something else I want to mention. We talked about Lamar Jackson's record against the NFC. We need to be talking about Jalen Hurts' record against the AFC. You need to be mentioning that. His record against the AFC is astoundingly great, by the way. Astoundingly great. So they need to be mentioning that. I think he has like an Undertaker-like record against the AFC. Number two.
What's his record? Do you know it off the top of your head? What's his record?
I think it's like 16-1, if I'm not mistaken. It's something like that. It's very close.
Yeah, he's 15-7-1.
Yeah, see?
Cam Jurgens is the center's name, by the way.
Cam Jurgens, okay.
Number two, your audience saying read the comments because they commenting on here. They got a couple comments on there. So
I can't see the
comments.
Okay.
And then number three, so I'm gonna be the fire starter.
If they are not watching it on YouTube, I cannot see any comments.
Okay, so maybe it's on my side because I shared the show. I did share the show.
And you didn't share the YouTube link. You shared the StreamYard.
Yeah, I shared the Facebook. I've shared the Facebook.
The StreamYard.
Want me to read those comments? I can read those comments for you.
Yeah, go ahead and read them.
Read them real quick. Go ahead.
All right. But let me make this point real quick before I read them. You said who is a Hall of Famer?
Jason Kelce.
Okay. I'm going to name some offensive linemen, and you tell me, and these are all offensive linemen who haven't won a Super Bowl, and you tell me if they made first ballot. Ready?
Jason Kelce won a Super Bowl, though.
He won with Nick Foles. He did. Correct. Never mind.
Yes, he won a Super Bowl.
I keep forgetting that Nick Foles slid and slid his ass into that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won one on that Philly. That Philly special test. Yeah. Give me those comments. Give me those comments. Yeah, he's a first man. Give me those comments.
Let me go to the comments now. See, I was about to name these offensive linemen.
I know you were. That's why I caught you, so you'd have to waste your breath.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing that.
I'm here for you.
I appreciate that, Nick Foles. All right, so starting here, they said Shador will be a bust. Watch out for Bo Nix with Peyton. They'll be good next year. You were talking about the Chiefs, I guess. They said, yeah, they cool with Hurts being the MVP. Tampa destroyed Mahomes when they beat him too, with no blitz. What makes Hurts good is he can handle adversity. Been going through it since he was in college. Wayne said it's over for the Chiefs. Blanco said plenty left at 31. He said they will make the playoffs, but I don't see them being as dominant the next few years. He's talking about the Chiefs. And then that's when they was talking about not reading the comments. I don't think so either. Yeah. Sorry. That's a different.
Dwayne made a comment too. If the Chiefs can't get Mahomes protection, then they need to free him. Look, Patrick Mahomes is not going anywhere. They're not going to free him. They are going to go out. Who said that? They're going to get him the protection he needs.
Wayne Woodley.
But I don't think that it will happen as quickly as it did past the Tampa Bay Bucks Super Bowl loss. I think it might take a couple of years to build this team back up. because you got like Marcus said, you got players that you don't know is coming back. You got guys who are signed on 1-year deals. You got Travis Kelce, who the way he looked after that Super Bowl last night, he did not look like he was a man coming back to play next year, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying he won't, but I'm just saying he didn't. He looked. I've never seen him look that dejected.
Dwayne, first and foremost, okay, so, and you my guy, I appreciate it, but I feel like that comment, and I'm fire starting in this case again, I feel like that comment has a lot of entitlement to it, and here's why I say that. You saying if they can't do this, that, and the third, then Mahomes need to go to another team. Are you saying that? Are you saying that because you potentially see your team falling in a rut? Like, no player in the NFL is excluded from going through what we call a drought. Tom Brady went through a drought for 10 years without a Super Bowl. You think that Patrick Mahomes is above reproach or something? Like, I'm not understanding why you would say that just because of one game. Like, Patrick Mahomes' offensive line hasn't been the absolute worst. Like, he doesn't have the worst offensive line in football. He doesn't have one of the worst offensive lines in football.
No, I have to think that was Pittsburgh. Sorry.
Let's not do that. Like, just because he ran into a buzzsaw, that defensive line is ridiculous in Philadelphia. Those guys are hard-nosed, are very hard-nosed, workhorse type players. All of them, every single one of them that's on that offense and defensive line for Philly. That's a culture thing. You're talking about free Mahomes. Like, why? No. I'm
with you, Torch. We seen guys like, Drew Brees won that championship, and then all of these guys that are potentially going in the Hall of Fame in the next couple of years. Eli Manning, he won in 2007. I don't think he won again for I don't even know how long.
Look at the Big Ben era. I mean, first year he goes to the AFC Championship. Second year he wins the Super Bowl. Then he's in the motorcycle crash. Then it's a few years before he gets back up there. The thing is this. The thing I look at is he's totally invested in the Kansas City Chiefs. He is totally invested. He's not going nowhere. You're going to build that team back up. And it's not going to take a total of 2 years. I think you make some improvements. I think you probably still win your division. And then once you win that division, I think that you're right back in it. But sometimes it takes a couple of years to get these guys in line with your offensive play.
Wait till they miss the playoffs.
Here's another perfect example. Not to interrupt you, Marcus. Here's another perfect example. We beat Tom Brady with Nick Foles in 2018. Hurts was a backup quarterback back then before ultimately becoming our primary, and he stayed with us from 2018 all the way till now. And he is.
Wait a minute, you're not the mayor. Things change. You don't really think you could win? Things change. That's Batman Returns, by the way. But anyways, look.
What happens if Patrick Mahomes misses the playoffs?
Here's the thing with it, Dwayne. You and quite frankly, Trent Powell and your friend, the one who likes to do all the TikTok videos. Quite frankly, y'all become spoiled the past 4 or 5 years. Kind of like the way that the Cowboys fans were spoiled, kind of the way the Steelers fans were spoiled, kind of the way that the Seahawks fans a few years back were spoiled. Teams go through these, look, it's hard. And like I said, your team starts getting picked apart. Are we sure? Look, the 49ers were in the damn Super Bowl this year. They didn't even make the damn playoffs. We don't know we don't know if they're going to pay Brock Purdy. We don't know what's going to happen with Deebo Samuel. Brandon Ayuk's coming off of a torn ACL. Christian McCaffrey, he got hurt. They were on their 4th string running back. So they got to pay Hufanga. Things happen so quick. And, that's why you enjoy it. That's why I always tell fans, look, the NFL is cyclical, man. It's cyclical. And when you can be riding high for a long time and then things happen, you're like, damn. Speaking of that, how many Patriots fans have you seen around lately? You remember how the Patriots used to act for the past 20 years? Remember how they? You remember?
Oh hell, it don't matter how bad the Steelers will get. You're still going to see Steeler fans.
I'm just saying though.
I'm kind of giving up hope if they don't sign Justin Fields. So just say.
I'm just saying you go through these cycles. Patriots fans were acting a damn fool for the past 20 years, right? You remember the way it's the Patriot way, and no one can beat us. We're the greatest dynasty of all time.
Whoa. All right, Dwayne, I'm going to address this. Protection is the reason Brady had longevity? No, that is not why he had longevity. That is not why. He played in the AFC East, which was the worst division in the NFL, with the Bills, Jets, and the Dolphins, who were doing nothing. Look, by the time they finished division games, they already had first seed sewed up and had that week break.
And he was protected.
He was. I'll give you that. He was protected.
Yeah, and he was protected.
His longevity
that protect Patrick Mahomes.
Look, his longevity had everything to do with how much he took care of his body and how much he paid to have special cooks preparing each and every meal, and how often he was in and out of the gym. And me and Marcus have talked about Big Ben. If Big Ben had done half that shit, maybe he would have been able to last longer than the 18 years he was in there.
Personal trainer.
I mean, on top of that, Tom Brady does look like a Ken doll. I mean, look at him.
Well, and it also helps too. It also helps too when you take care. You take care of yourself. You're not out partying all night. You got a personal trainer and a chef, a personal trainer who got your wife pregnant. But anyways, it happens. These things. It's a cycle, man. It's just a cycle. It's just football. It's just football. What we got next? We put on this one here for a minute.
Who you think LeBron James? Where do you think LeBron James got his ideas from as far as cryogenics and all that? You thought that was random?
The TB12 way, man. That's it. You got to take care of your body, man. Eagles have and Dolphins.
Whoa. Not only that, but LeBron James played in a soft freaking league. Let's just be a blank. His whole career, he played in a soft league. I wasn't
even trying to add that.
He didn't play. He didn't play with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and Elijah Warren and all them guys when they were elbowing the hell out of you and breaking your damn jawbone when you try to go up for a shot. No, LeBron James would never have made it in the 80s. Sorry.
See, listen, I'm not trying to fire start the whole show.
Real quick, the Eagles, we got to give them their props. They have prevented 2 3-peats. They beat those. We talked a little bit about the Patriots. They stopped them. Tom Brady, and then you stop Patrick Mahomes. We got to start giving these guys their
more of the reason why the NFC East is the GOAT division.
I wasn't going to say that. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, if I would have said that, I would have been a homer. And then as you see,
Marcus, hold on. Let me correct you on something, sir. When you bring up the NFC North, besides 85, no other team has won a Super Bowl in my division. Please stop.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got to climb.
You said others earlier, as if like Minnesota's never won one. They never. Detroit's never won one, and Chicago's lucky 85 Bears defense have an ass.
But I'm just saying, though, they won one. Hell, the Miami Dolphins ain't won.
The Miami no winners except for us.
I have to say something to Melissa. Melissa,
okay,
you're very welcome. Look. Jordan will always be the GOAT, and the number 2 GOAT for me is Larry Bird. That's just look. I don't care who you are. I am telling you right now. If you go back and you talk to them guys he played against, and they will ask you who they hated to play against the worst, and they will tell you they hated playing against Larry Bird.
Okay, I would think a lot of people that played against Shaquille O'Neal when he was break shattering, just saying, well, I hated playing against this guy. If you ask, would you like playing against Shaquille O'Neal, who's 7'2" and 350 pounds, and when you go up to try to block his shot, he snaps your arm like a twig? I think if you talk to a few other people out there, these things are all subjective. Why do we think? Okay, we need to stay with football. I'm just saying, just there's people that like Jordan because he's 6-0 in the championship. But are we doing this by numbers? Are we doing this by accomplishments? Because I think like Bill Russell.
Well, let's also keep it back. Larry Bird retired in '92, and he was beaten and broken, and that's when Shaquille O'Neal came into the league. So, just saying.
Oh, let me add the fact that if you name Bill Russell, I'm going to exclude you from basketball talk for the rest of your life.
No, I'm saying I don't think he is. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was
Bill Russell was the only person that looked like Bill Russell when he was playing in the league, sir. Let's not do that.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was an all-time leading scorer. I don't think that he was the greatest player of all time. And now LeBron is, and I still don't think he is either. So let's keep it on football.
Keep it in football.
Let's go on to the next slide. Let's go to the next
slide. Let me read one quote real quick. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on Larry Bird. The best guy I've played against might have been Larry Bird. People don't appreciate Bird enough. They think he is a chubby white guy, but he would wear us down. The muscle that is in between his ears was the best. He was always in the right place at the right time.
He said the best
person who did not like Larry Bird.
Okay, the best person that I played against, not including myself, because I can't play against myself, and I'm considered the greatest center of all time. So that's not saying that Larry Bird was the best. He's saying that's the best that I played against. Well, also, he didn't play against Magic Johnson because he was his teammate. So a lot of times you're going to say that because the guys that are on your team, you didn't play against them. So say, well, this guy, he's the best that I played against. Yes, because you didn't play against your teammate. See what I'm saying? So it's like saying, who's the better shooter?
But Kareem didn't start with the Lakers, Marcus.
I know he did.
See, you got all spring. See, you got all spring to talk basketball, sir.
We'll get to basketball. We're going way off course.
Yeah. We're supposed to be talking about football here.
Y'all gonna start venturing off, and Mona, go to the next slide. Y'all gonna start venturing off and start talking about hockey, and this is what I'm gonna do.
Wait a minute. Did we discuss this?
Yeah.
The Eagles have stopped 2 3-peats.
I said, yeah. I did.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
And also,
I was fuming about the damn basketball talk. So.
And also, the Chiefs and Eagles got revenge on the Patriots and the Chiefs because they beat the Eagles the first time, and Eagles got revenge on them.
Yeah, we like our comebacks. It's like Revenge of the Sith all over you.
Saquon Barkley. Now this is including the playoffs. I understand that Eric Dickerson has the single season rushing record. I think it's like 2,109 yards. I think 2,109 yards. This is including the playoffs and the Super Bowl. He broke that record during this season. So just incredible, and this just goes to show you, I think you're going to start seeing, for a while there, we had the running back position that was devalued. I think going into this next draft, because it's a copycat league, I think you're going to start seeing running backs getting their props again. When you look at a guy like Ashton Genty coming up, I think you're going to teams that may not have drafted him as early, I think that they're going to draft him. You see guys in the league like Jahmyr Gibbs, who went, early, Bijan Robinson, cats like that. There wasn't a first-round pick running back in this past draft, but I think you'll start seeing that now with the success of Saquon Barkley. So congratulations to him. Just a hell of an accomplishment. What we got next? Next slide. Mona.
Ramona,
Hello.
hello.
Mona.
Something happened?
Mona.
Marcus, keep going. But
So, anyways, so
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, I just, I'm so happy for him. I felt like he was stuck in a wasteland with the Giants. And I just hope, going forward, some of these, we just saw this past week, and I know he's not a running back, but we just saw Myles Garrett. I want to start seeing players coming out and making their front offices and their general managers and the ownership groups.
Okay?
I want to see them. I want to see them coming up and telling these damn owners and GMs, what is your plan? What is your plan? You are not going to waste my prime. You're not going to waste my prime. You're not going to keep me up here. You can't get the quarterback position right. I'm wasting my prime. We miss the playoffs every year. You're not doing anything. You're not active in free agency. You're not going out doing anything. I like what Myles Garrett did. Again, I understand we're talking about Barkley, but I like that. I felt like Saquon Barkley. What was Dalton, your opinion of Saquon Barkley until this year? What was your opinion of Saquon Barkley?
Okay, one thing before you go, Dalton, real quick. Before you go, Dalton, Ramona is fixing her speakers right now. She told me to tell you that. She's fixing her speakers. So she's technical difficulties. She'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing, we're having technical difficulties over here.
Okay. Yeah. But I want to start seeing these players holding front offices and ownership groups accountable. I like it. Y'all were holding me back, New York Giants. I go off. People were calling me a bust. I was the number 2 pick in the draft. Saquon Barkley sucks. Running backs are a dime a dozen. You should never spend a high draft pick on Saquon Barkley. Never spend a high draft pick on running backs. And I think he dispelled all that. So I'm happy for him. Congratulations to Saquon Barkley. I am not an Eagles fan, but I am a running back fan, and I'm extremely happy for him. I'm happy for Derrick Henry, what he did this year. Second in the league in rushing.
By the way, we finally got my speaker going.
I figured something had gone on. So congratulations to it's long story short, congratulations to Saquon Barkley. Next slide. What we got next?
Also about Saquon Barkley, like he was being injury prone for the Giants though. I mean, glad he got out. The Giants was new fresh starts and like what he's been doing though. I got a question for y'all though. Even though I did like Josh Allen win MVP, if Saquon Barkley hadn't got benched in Week 18, if he would have broke the record, do y'all think he would have been an MVP, or you think it'd still be Josh Allen?
I think it'd still be Josh Allen. I still don't think that people hold. I think the last time a running back won the MVP, wasn't it? I think it was Adrian Peterson. It was Peterson 2 years back. So I just don't. Let's keep it a buck. MVP for the most part is a quarterback award. I wish they would change that, because if that were the case, I thought last year, the 2023 season, I thought Christian McCaffrey could have won the MVP that year. Because I didn't think that the stat wise, I don't think that Lamar Jackson had a great, like an all-time stat thing. He won the games, but his stats weren't like overwhelming. And Josh Allen had 24 turnovers. He had a bunch of touchdowns and all that stuff, but he had 24 turnovers. So I wasn't going to, and he came in 5th place, by the way. So,
and by the way, thank you, Bo. I'm okay. I couldn't do a basketball show because I don't really much care anymore for NBA because they've made it too damn soft.
Yeah. Congratulations to Xavier Worthy. I know that this was a controversial pick, and I know a certain fan base that was kind of pissed off that he got traded to the Chiefs. I'm not going to mention no names or nothing, but their initials are Buffalo Bills. You didn't need him. You didn't need him. You didn't need him. You did not need a 5'9", 5'10", 160-pound wide receiver. I understand, fastest guy to ever run in the combine. I don't think you needed him. I think that you needed a big body, outdoor battle catcher outside. He went where he was supposed to be. And I don't believe if he went to Buffalo, because y'all traded them this pick, just like you did trade your pick for Patrick Mahomes. But anyways, I don't think he would have the type of success that he's having with Kansas City with Buffalo. I just don't believe that. I don't. So
I agree with that.
Huh?
I was agreeing with you on that one about this whole Xavier Worthy. He didn't need it for the Bills.
You didn't need that. You got your gadget guy, Curtis Samuel, But 2 touchdowns, 8 catches, I think the most receiving yards by a rookie in the Super Bowl. So there's some bright spots ahead, and you get back Rashee Rice next year sometime. I don't know how long. I think he's going to face a suspension, 6 games, 8 games, something like that. But you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You may not win 15 games next year. You might win 12 or 13 or 11, and you're gonna be all right. So congratulations to the kid, Xavier Worthy, a Texas kid. So I think we discussed the Super Bowl.
He is not coming to Pittsburgh. Just get that out there right now. If he goes to Pittsburgh, I'm driving to Pittsburgh. And I love him. I will change his socks every day and twice on Sunday. I love this guy. You don't know. But I do not want him as a quarterback at his age coming to Pittsburgh, because you know what my offensive line would do to this guy? He'd be broke legs, broke arms, broke neck. I mean, come on. He cannot scramble no more. The Achilles tear, look, just plus 200. Bullshit. He ain't coming to Pittsburgh. Look, we've had enough of the damn mediocre quarterbacks who cannot play. I want Justin Fields. If I don't get Justin Fields, I told Marcus, if I don't get Justin Fields next year, and they don't send Russell Wilson packing unless Russell will take a pay cut to stay in tutelage Justin Fields, I am giving up until we find a damn quarterback, because we don't have one, and I don't want him.
Is Aaron Rodgers cooked? I want to ask the panel real quick. Aaron Rodgers, is he cooked? He's done? He's done, is he done?
He is if he continues to do what he does every year and not go to training camp, not getting chemistry with that offensive line, because the offensive line is not that great, and they need to get a couple more players on that offensive line. But I don't know if he's ever going to come back from the Achilles tear. No, he's not the same guy. Towards the end of the season, I started seeing him actually throwing the ball a little bit better. But it was too late by that point. And look, he's not going back to the Jets. They don't want him. And if I'm a new head coach, I don't want his ass either. And I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler, and we've got Mike Tomlin, who's 18 seasons with no losing seasons. But I do not want Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Period.
I want to say I think he's done.
He's done.
You think he's cooked? His stats weren't really. I think he was like 28 and 11, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But he just looks so just. But that's the thing about when you're an elite, all-world, future Hall of Famer. We have such high expectations. Like, I've seen Aaron Rodgers throw like 4 interceptions in a season, and to see him throw 11, and 11 is not a lot of interceptions.
28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions with a 90.5 passer rating, 3,897 yards. So that's not actually bad.
But it's just.
But in that division he plays in, it was not great.
I mean, that's better than a lot of these quarterbacks. I mean, you could do a whole lot worse. We just have such high standards for him that when he falls, just like okay, so that's we'll see what happens. But he's not going to be at the Jets, so they've already told him, go out there and go look for
he ain't going to be in Pittsburgh either.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens when I get some, if something pops up early in the morning or something like that during the week or something, I'll do a coffee talk or something like that. So we'll see what happens. What we got next, Mona? And after, with the Super Bowl happening yesterday and, finding out the, winner the Chiefs are at 31, and the Eagles.
Melissa, that's because he's not with me.
He's tired. The fire isn't ignited anymore. Mona, I think Mona, when you say the fire started and warming something up, I think you could. So, these it's going to be interesting. I think this is a very weak quarterback draft. Dalton, how many quarterbacks you got going in the first round?
Let's see.
I'm
going to say
who's your QB1? Who's your QB1 for this draft?
Cam Ward.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. And two?
I'm gonna say Sanders.
Your number 2 quarterback? You're gonna go with Shedeur?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many quarterbacks you got going in the first round?
Let's see. I got Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. Trying to think the other one. Who's the other ones?
Dart. Jalen Milroe.
So if that's the case, I'm going to say yeah.
I'm trying to think if any of these guys can get in there. So it's going to be tough. For the past couple of years, we've seen quarterbacks go 1-2. Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. Last year we saw 1, 2, 3. What was it? Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. 1, 2, 3. I don't see that happening.
I have Cam Ward going number 1 overall. I have Shedeur Sanders going around 3 or 4. And then I have.
He won't go 4.
I don't think Milroe makes them. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Yeah. Patriots 4. Patriots got Drake May. I don't think he'll go to. But what we're going to start. After we do our.
They're taking Will Campbell. Patriots are taking Will Campbell. I'm telling
you. We're gonna after we take our little hiatus, I'm gonna start. We're gonna start doing our draft stuff. Start doing y'all's mock drafts. Get them up there. PFF.com is free. Go up in there and do. You can do as.
I really want beast mode, Melissa.
So we'll see what happens. But now the Tennessee Titans are on the clock. They're on the clock. So we'll see what happens.
I think they take a quarterback. I think they're done with their little experiment. They're going to keep Mason Rudolph, because he, regardless, is a pretty decent backup. I think they go with Cam Ward from Miami. I really do. I don't know. Just a feeling I have.
Okay. I think it's pretty much a consensus with that. But there's been stuff that we saw and we're like, what the hell? I remember a few years back, Mona, we were doing a draft show. And
I had Travis Hunter going to the Raiders.
I don't know if he makes it that far now. I don't know. That's a long.
Here's my top 10 pick. Top 10 pick. I got Cam Ward going number 1. I got Mason Graham going to the Browns, although I think they should go after a quarterback. I got Shedeur Sanders going to the Giants. I got Will Campbell going to the Patriots. I got Abdul Carter going to the Jags. I got Travis Hunter going to the Raiders. I got McMillan going to the Jets. I got Mikael Williams going to the Panthers. I got Will Johnson going to the Saints. I got Kelvin Banks going to the Bears, and that's my top 10.
Dalton at 9. Who's your pet cat? Who you want at 9?
Man, this is really tough. We got a lot of I'd say a lot of position needs. I'm really torn. I'm gonna say Will Johnson though, but I don't know if he's gonna fall at.
He won't fall that far.
Oh, sorry, what?
I don't think Will Johnson falls that far.
No, I
don't think so. If that's the case, I'm probably gonna say.
I do have y'all taking him though in the mock draft I did. I had Will Johnson going to the Saints.
I'm gonna say Will Johnson or the edge rusher from. Trying to think. I've not forgotten who. I'm gonna say Will Johnson or an edge rusher.
Abdul
you
Carter.
thinking Abdul Carter from Penn State?
I'll probably say that or Williams from Georgia, but that's kind of
Okay.
tough for me right now.
Yeah,
I really think he goes. I think the Jags grab him.
and see, I think the Saints. I think with y'all hire. By the way, how you feel about the Kellen Moore hiring? You cool with that? Your new head coach?
To be honest with you,
Did
I
you
really
have
didn't care.
somebody else?
What?
Did you have somebody else that you wanted? Are you cool with Kellen Moore, head coach?
I'm cool with Kellen Moore, to be honest with you, but I didn't really care who my head coach was as long as it was no Sean Payton's coaching tree. I had enough with that because last time we had Darren Allen, he didn't pan out. I mean, good coordinator, not a good head coach. I would prefer to get something new, fresh, though. But Ben Johnson, yeah, I know he wasn't going to be a Saints head coach. I did want him first place, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. So I guess Kellen Moore would have been my first choice.
You didn't want Bill Belichick coming down there?
No, I don't want no old ass head coaches. I really prefer younger one. Any of my Saints gonna be in rebuild mode. I prefer younger. No more old ass head coaches.
Okay.
I agree, D man.
All right. So there's your draft order there. Me and Mona will be working on that. I'm gonna put the link up to pff.com for the draft stuff. I'm gonna start putting some videos up in there. Pet cats. Me and Mona will have our pet cats up here. But this is our last show for season 5. We've been doing this for 5 years. It went by like that too.
Yep.
But we'll be back. We just gonna recharge our batteries. I'll still be doing coffee talks probably once or twice a week. And if
Send me well wishes. I'm having surgery on February 24th to have my gallbladder removed. So send me some well wishes.
Definitely do that. So we're about to shut it down. We've been up here for, I don't see Torch on here. I don't know what he's doing back there, but Gary, last words. We're about to get up out of here.
All right.
What you got to say, man? The mic is yours.
Good game to both teams. I'm glad no one got hurt. It's the most important thing. Because as much as we may hate a player, we don't want to see him get hurt.
No, definitely.
But I mean, it's just, number 2. I mean, it's not as glorious as some of the others in our division who have more than us, and the other teams out there that have 6 or 7. But at the end of the day, I mean, go Eagles.
Hey, you deserve it until the next Super Bowl, dude.
Hey, to be the man, you got to beat the man. You're the new man. That's what it is. It ain't the Chiefs no more. I tell people that all the time. To be the man, you got to beat the man. You're the man now. So congratulations. D-Man, what you got? Last word before we get ready to get up out of here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on the show with y'all. I love talking about football, though. And I'm going to miss football. It's going to be for a while. And we got to free agents and the draft, all that stuff. Like people saying, beats man, you got to beat man. Also, recipes to Dennis Green, to the Eagles. Now, if you're going to crown them, then crown their ass. And congrats to the Eagles and the Eagles fans.
That was good. That Dennis Green, he did say that. That's one of my favorite lines. They are who we thought they were. If you want to crown their ass, crown their asses. They are who we thought they were. That's one of my favorite quotes. Mona, I don't see Dre there.
Just wanted to tell everybody I appreciate you guys showing up. We had a great show for the ending, for our season finale. Thank you all. The guys who come in and stay informed with us and talk to us in text. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. We appreciate your support. And we love you all, every one of you. And can't wait till August. Well, we'll see you before that. We'll see at draft time. But
draft, free agency. I mean, free agency starts next month, March the 12th. We'll probably not a full show, but we will be when there's, with the whole Myles Garrett ordeal and whatever. There's going to be some player movements going around. If it's something significant, I'll probably go live and announce it. If Mona's not too busy, I'll see if I can't coerce.
What is it? For what?
For free agency. Free agency starts March the 12th. That's when that, and I think like a week before that, you have legal tampering where they can kind of start making deals before like March the 7th or so. When there's, if Myles Garrett goes to another team and gets traded in free agency and stuff like that, I'll be live. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for everybody who came out. I didn't want to wait till Friday to do the show because that would have been like 5 days past the Super Bowl, and it kind of loses its effect or whatever. So I was like, I want to do a show the next day, kind of get everybody's thoughts on that. But thank you for everybody who shows support, watches me and Mona, supports us in the comment section, sharing shows, subscribing to the YouTube channel, just coming in. It's, a lot of the same people, but we genuinely appreciate you, like legitimately appreciate you. We really do. I appreciate the people who come through on Coffee Talk and, goes up in there. I had one this morning, and we had a crowd this morning.
Yep,
and
I was there.
We really appreciate it. I enjoy doing. I do that. That's Dwayne Woodley and Dennis. They're like, you need to do more. It's a long. I know it's a 2-hour show, but there's a lot of preparation and slides. And Mona's got to work on a slideshow, and I kind of got to come up with what I want to talk about and stuff like that. It's a lot of work. Y'all see this, but you see the end result. You don't see everything that goes with it. So everybody who goes out there and shows support, man, we appreciate it, man. We're going to get up out of here. We will see you soon. This is our last show until, the next season, but, we'll have probably a draft show and stuff like that. But this is our last show for this season. So have a good night.
And next year's draft, Marcus and I are planning on going and being
Pittsburgh.
live. Yes,
Pittsburgh.
in Pittsburgh.
See ya.
Low, sundown, the sun up. All I want is the cash. Now, homie, run me the stash. Put them ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billi, 5 billi.